Agents of Fortune, the Blue Oyster Cult. I got this CD from the Sweet Charity shop in Prestwood for £1. There had always been something cool about the Blue Oyster Cult. Amidst all the progressive rock epic excesses and bloated mid-70s adult-orientated rock, they stood out as the acceptable face of heavy metal. Tracks just as long as they need to be to put the song across, carrying no excess weight. Very New York, arty and ironic, with curious lyrics written by cool contributors like Patti Smith. They were musical dilettantes that could not resist the temptation to add big harmony backing vocals and jazzy piano. There were riffs, but somehow not quite that heavy, and they would rock and roll, like Led Zeppelin's rock and roll. There were solos, but they were not very distorted, and there was always a hint that there was something subversive about them, with titles like Dominance and Submission, and that cult-like symbol suggesting something almost Masonic about blue oysters. There was always the distinct possibility that it was all a joke, that those not in the cult were not clever enough to get. Song titles like Seven Screaming Dizzbusters and Hot Rails to Hell made it clear they wanted in on the heavy metal genre, but wanted to have fun playing with it and redefining it in their own image. They were deliberately preposterous, singing about cities on flame with rock and roll and lining up with all the members playing guitars, including the drummer and keyboard player. I found their earlier studio albums a bit underproduced when compared to British heavy rock acts, but the track Astronomy from the album before this one is so good it almost made me consider recommending their greatest hits package. But I have chosen Agents of Fortune. The opening track was punk in sentiment and new wave in execution, before anyone outside of New York knew about such things. This ain't the summer of love. It was an anthem for the late 70s. But this album will be best known for Don't Fear the Reaper, and we of the punk new wave power pop inclination loved that song, cowbell and all. It is a song that truly crosses all genres. But Reaper was not even the highlight for me when I first heard the album, even with its jangly guitar and its smooth melody. I was most impressed with the song ETI, Extraterrestrial Intelligence. It has the biggest riff on the album, a riff so big it can't even be diminished by the talk box. It has a big chorus that you would sing along to if you could make out the words. Other than that, it is only just a rock album, not hard rock or metal or even heavy. It has songs, interesting songs, pop songs, catchy hooks like True Confessions, a jokey song about a vampire, and it closes with a big showy number with acoustic guitars, power chords and choirs of vocal. You might call it a power ballad if you were the kind of rock fan who didn't think that calling it a power ballad would be an insult. Agents of Fortune, Blue Oyster Cult.